Hi, my name is Bianca. I'm currently a sophomore at Syracuse University, and today I'm going to be talking about kind of what it's like trying to make your decision after you get your responses back and the decisions that the colleges you applied to decided. So, my first tip is to kind of look at everywhere you apply to. I know a lot of us have an expectation for where we want it to go. At least I did when I first applied. I knew where I wanted to get into, and if I got into there, I said I would immediately go. But my plans changed after I laid everything out and decided what school was right for me. So the first thing I would do is make a pro-con list for each school that accepted you in your top schools. You don't have to do it for everywhere if you applied to a lot, but I'd say maybe do it for 3 schools. That's what I did, or 2 if you're debating between 2. So I made a pro-con list of location, if they have my major, how good their program is for your major. That's really important, is making sure that whatever major you applied for, you want to make sure that their program is good for that, so the professors are good, they have the resources that you need, and look at the job rate of students who come out of the school to see kind of what it would be like for you. Those are all what I think the most important factors for schools, but it's different with everyone. So whatever you think is the most important factor, really measure that on your pro-con list. And also don't get too upset if the school that you really wanted didn't accept you. There is so many schools out there that are similar, so if you wanted to go to one, look at other options that are like that too. So making sure not to get too worried with that, and because then that makes you a little upset throughout the rest of the process, which you don't want to have, because you'll end up where you're supposed to be, and if you don't, you can always transfer, which I always say. So as you're going through, make sure you make those pro-con lists. I think that's really important when deciding. And also kind of looking at the financial factors, how much money the schools gave you, if there's an opportunity for more scholarships, and if you can afford the school that you really like, because sometimes money is a bigger factor rather than the education. So kind of look at that as well. And another factor to remember is that everyone's process is different. I know I was still debating where I wanted to go like 3 days before decision day. Some of my friends decided the day of decision day where they wanted to go, and others knew a month in advance. So making sure not to get too caught up with other people's journeys is really important. Focus on your own, because as long as you end up making that decision, it really doesn't matter how long it takes. And I would say take your time, because it's an important decision, and the college that you go to does matter, and I think it's important to make sure you're taking time when making that decision. So those were my tips for kind of getting through the process after you get the decisions back. I think that this time can be super stressful when looking over things, so I think taking the time to write things down, write down the pros and cons, is really important. I hope that some of my tips helped you. I know that everyone's process is different, so make sure that you're focusing on your own process. Thank you.